Hi, this is Matt with Crooked Pigs Barbecue. Today we are going to grill a skirt steak directly on the charcoal, out on our charcoal grill. I'm going to show you how we prep that skirt steak in the marinade, and then we are going to take it out, put it straight on the coals. This is quite an interesting process. No grates involved. Meat goes straight on the charcoal. You're going to have to use lump charcoal. You're going to have to get it good and hot, and we'll show you the process as we get out there to the grill. But for now, we're going to go down to the board. I'm going to show you our marinade. We're going to mix the marinade up, drop the steak in it, let it sit for about 45 minutes and take it out to the grill. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here. I've got a beautiful Wagyu skirt steak. I've cut this into thirds so that they're about the right size to grill straight on the charcoal. If you've got a whole skirt steak, it's a little too hard to manage turning it over without getting it twisted. So I've cut it into thirds. That's ready to go. Now we're gonna assemble the marinade. First thing we're gonna do is about 1/3 of a cup of avocado oil. Put that into our bowl. Top of that, we're gonna take about 1/3, maybe closer to 1/2 of a cup of dark soy sauce. Another 1/3 of a cup of balsamic vinegar going straight into our marinade. We have 1/3 of a cup of seasoned rice wine vinegar. To that, we're gonna add some aromatics. First, we've got about 5 cloves of garlic, coarsely chopped. And we've got a shallot, about 2 tablespoons of shallot. And finally, some chili de arbol, or just red pepper flakes will do. Chopped finely, seeds removed, as many as we could, and dropped into the marinade. Now we're gonna whisk this up. All right, just gonna whisk that till it's well combined. And to that, we're gonna add our skirt steak. And we're just gonna toss a little until it's nicely coated, or use the whisk here to turn them over. All right, you can smell that balsamic vinegar already. It smells great with those aromatics. This needs at least a half an hour, 45 minutes preferably, in order for that marinade to get taken up into the meat. You could marinate it for as long as 2 or 3 hours, but I wouldn't marinate this overnight. It might be a little too strong if you do. If you need to marinate it ahead of time, feel free to go ahead and drop it in the marinade it for a few hours, and then take it out of the marinade, maybe just lightly rinse it and stick it in a Ziploc bag, and you can hold that till you need to grill it. But that's all set. We're gonna put that in the fridge. We'll be back in about 45 minutes, and we'll take it out to the grill. All right, we're back here with our skirt steak. It's been in the marinade for about 45 minutes. We're gonna go straight onto the charcoal. Now you've gotta get this lump charcoal only. If you use any briquettes, they give off too much ash. You'll get too much of that sticking to your meat. It's gotta be straight lump charcoal. You want this ripping hot. This is glowing red, a nice white ash on the outside of it. We're gonna go straight onto the charcoal. Here we go. First piece down. It's so hot I can barely get close to it with my tongs. That's how you want it. We're gonna go right onto the charcoal. And we're gonna let that rip. Now don't be afraid, the oxygen is deprived from the pieces of charcoal that are covered with the meat, so it's putting the fire out underneath it. It's smothering that fire, so there's no actual flame that's gonna burn your meat. You're really taking a lot of the heat out of the charcoal, but not any direct fire can get between the meat and the charcoal, so you're not gonna have to worry too much about char. All right, we're gonna take a look at it, see how we're doing. Nope, see, still needs a little more sear on that. So we'll relocate it to another hotter spot. We'll check another one here. Starting to get some char there, but still not where we need it. We'll relocate that to a hotter spot. And I'll move this one to a warmer spot. There we go. Okay, we'll see where we're at here. A little bit of that charcoal might stick. You can see where we're at on that meat. Just a little bit of sear on it. That's about right. We can turn that over. And we'll turn this one. Now we're gonna rotate these to hotter spots on the grill where we haven't had our meat down, smothering the fire. This is a really fun recipe to use if you got guests coming over. You'll really impress people cooking straight on the charcoal like this. A lot of people think it'll burn your meat right up. It doesn't do that. See how much char we got going. See, that's a pretty good amount of char there. That's pretty good. Just reposition it a little. And this happens pretty fast. Looking for a nice medium, maybe medium rare. There's a lot of connective tissue in the skirt steak, so don't be afraid to cook it to medium. Piece of charcoal on that one. All right, and I think these are ready to come off and take inside the board. All right, we're in here at the board with our skirt steak pieces. I'm gonna take these and place them on the board. All right, and as you can see, there's some pretty good chunks of char here and there. You can trim a few of those off just a little, or if you like the char, leave it on. So I'm gonna trim those up just a little bit. Now we can see the grain running this way, grain running this way, and grain running this way. So we're gonna cut across that so there's not too much chew. And you can cut these as big or as thin as you'd like. I'm gonna eat it in tacos. I like it maybe a little thinner. If I'm gonna eat slices off a plate, I'm gonna cut them a little thicker. But here we go, we're gonna cut those all across the grain just like that. And you can fan those out on your plate, but as you can see, it's a nice medium rare inside. And we'll continue to cut the rest of these. Now, as I said out at the grill, this is a great dish to do if you've got guests coming over and they're going to watch you grilling in your backyard, because it does put on a show for sure. Not very many people expect that you can cook directly on the grill like that, or directly on the charcoal like that. And so it is kind of fun if you got a group of guests coming over for a dinner party or something. All right, and there we go. Now we're gonna try this meat and see how it is. Perfect. You cannot beat that skirt steak recipe. Nothing better than grilled straight on the charcoal. It's grilled fast. It keeps the moisture in the meat, and that flavor is complex. It's acidic, it's sweet. It is exactly what you want from a skirt steak. And so I hope you all give this recipe a shot at home on your own charcoal grill. Grill it straight on that charcoal, don't be afraid. Let us know in the comments what you think of the recipe. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video and ring the notification bell so you can see what we've got coming in the future. Thanks again from Crooked Pigs Barbecue.